Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin, and today we have another episode from Athens, Greece. This time we're going to take you to one of the many fresh markets Athens has on offer to see the famous produce of Greece, and of course we're going to sample some of it ourselves. We're probably going to fit some street food in here and there as well today. Make sure you stay tuned until the end because it's going to be a great episode. Let's go. So this market's called the Laiki Farmers Market. It takes up this entire length of a street and a hill, and the produce selection here is just crazy. There is so much diversity in vegetables and fruit. It really goes to show that Greece has an abundance of fresh, delicious produce, a lot of it being organic. And we're gonna sample one thing in particular here. I gotta try some olives. I spotted this guy selling olives.
These are olives from Kalamata, which is one of the most agricultural rich areas in Greece, so let's give this a try. Those are nice. Okay, we'll get some of these.
This guy's stall is super cool. He's got every shade of olive you could ever imagine, and yeah, we just bought €1 the Kalamata olives. These are probably the world's most famous olives, and they've got this deep, almost purple color to them, and they're quite a large olive, to be honest. Sabrina said they were really good, so let me try one out. Oh yeah. Oh man. They're sour, just a tinge of bitterness, and very juicy.
We got such a good amount for €1. Everything is very nicely priced and very fresh here at this market.
So there's a couple other things we want to try. One of those is cherries. Maybe we'll also get some grapes because it just all looks so delicious here. So we've got some cherries here. I'm gonna try them out and probably buy some of these. Oh man. Yeah, that's a deep cherry flavor. Really sour, but a little bit sweet at the same time. Oh, one hand.
Keep in your mouth.
Thank you. Whoa. Wow. That's delicious.
Good?
Oh, it's so rich and sweet. Wow. That'd be perfect. Yeah, let's get that one.
€4.50 for 250 grams of this thyme honey, which comes from the mountains near Sparta here in Greece. And this is going to be brought back to Canada with me to be given to my mom for a present. Unfortunately, I didn't get to try it, so I'll have to wait until we get to Canada to try it. But Sabrina said it was really good. So we've got some goodies. We're gonna take those home, drop them off, and then we're gonna go get something a little bit more substantial.
Μόρδικα κομμένα τα μαλλιά σου.
have come to a spot called Fish in a Cone, and we have to eat seafood in Athens. It's one of the best things you can have while here in Greece. We've ordered this. This is the calamari, the fried squid, and it looks absolutely delicious. It's huge, and it comes with a big slice of lemon, which of course I have to squeeze on top. So let me just do that right now before I take a bite. Squeeze that in. Ooh, big juicy lemon. This is gonna be awesome. Super fresh, super bouncy, and that batter is not greasy at all. Just a nice crunch. Whoa, that's awesome.
It's super cool how they serve in this cone. It's perfect for takeaway, even though we are just sitting on a couple stools out front, and you can go really generous with the lemon juice. A couple little tentacles, some of the pieces of the body. It's not covered in batter either. It's just a thin layer. Yeah. So you can actually get all different kinds of fish in a cone. We got the squid, but they also have cod. They have fish balls, sardines, anchovies, shrimps, all kinds of different things, and they're all about €5, €4.90. That is a seriously tasty street food, and it's €5. It's a little bit pricey, but the portion size is really big. Not enough to fill us though. We're definitely gonna go have another street food for lunch today. Right off of Monastiraki Square, there is this huge restaurant that's called, I think it's pronounced Otanesis, and they have a lot of different things on their menu, but they specialize in their kebab, pita. It's different than a souvlaki because it's actually minced meat that is grilled on the skewer, and then they wrap it up in the pita, but they fry their pita up too to get it nice and crispy. And we ordered it with a chili pepper. You can see the chili pepper right there, and it looks like they've grilled that chili pepper too. And really cheap, only €2.20. You can see the tzatziki in there kind of spilling out, and that's where a lot of the flavor is going to come from. And let's give this a try. Yeah, that hits the spot. I think what makes this place so famous is just how soft their kebab is. It completely melts in your mouth. And the pita is really fluffy, but at the same time, it's got some crispy bits. The tzatziki has some freshness to it with the tomatoes as well. And that pepper is super, super spicy. So if you don't like spicy, you might want to opt for no pepper because it's got an instant heat. But the tzatziki does help cool it down a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is the historical Plaka district of Athens. It's just beautiful. It's a great place for photography, and just check this out. There's absolutely no one here. Some of the pros of COVID-19, but this place I think is usually packed with tourists, potentially more beautiful without all of them.
Thank you.
This Plaka area has countless cafes, bars, restaurants to sit down at, and we just picked one that's situated on these big steps and ordered a couple beers, and it's very hot here in Athens, so these beers are gonna be good.
We have their draft beer. 500 milliliters is a lot bigger than I remember it being, but I think it's gonna refresh us on this hot day. Give it a try. Yep, nice and light and served extra cold.
We decided to try something a little bit different tonight. We're at a place called falafels. It's just a little hole-in-the-wall street food stall that specializes in falafel. It's definitely not traditional Greek food, but falafel is famous in this region all over the Mediterranean, extremely popular. And we've got their wrap, and you can see inside there's just a ton of different sauces. You can see those deep-fried falafel balls, and I think there might even be eggplant in there, a couple other things. I'm gonna try it out, but there's a ton of sauce. Weirdly, it kind of gives me a Mexican food vibe because it's got, I think, some sour cream in there, and then it's almost like a salsa, that red sauce, and then the falafels are like a little bit crunchy actually, and seasoned very, very nicely. There's so many different types of wraps in Greece, but this one is still pretty good. Holds up against the traditional Greek wraps like souvlaki. Now that I'm a little deeper inside, I can see that there's some cucumbers and there's definitely eggplant inside. You can see that falafel right there, deep fried, crispy, and then the pita is very thin. It's not fluffy like the kebab we had earlier today. I love the sauce in there, it's really good.
If you've had too many wraps and pitas while you're here in Athens, you can also just order these falafels as is. So a crispy little ball here, and it's also served with the exact same sauce that's inside the pita wrap. So this white creamy sauce and then this red sauce. So I'm gonna go and just dip it right through the middle. Get a little bit of both. Give that a try. This looks hot and crispy. Yeah, exactly like a salsa. That is actually really crispy on the outside. I don't know if it's overcooked or not, but it's not too dry on the inside. Really tasty, nice and spiced.
I definitely wouldn't recommend it as your first stop on a food tour here in Athens. They're pretty good, but I think that salsa is probably from a can because it tastes exactly like salsa that you dip nachos in.
Potentially, but it is a good vegetarian option.
Yeah, very good
if you're here eating
option.
street food here.
Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for today's episode. A lot of good food here once again in Athens. If you're not already, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified. But Serena, what was the best thing we ate today?
I have to say that the calamari squid in a cone was my favorite.
I gotta give it up simply for the Kalamata olives. Those are just so good and fresh and sour. I love them.
Yep.
And I want to say a big thank you to JETFI, who has helped us out on this trip big time with their portable Wi-Fi devices. You can find the link for the rental and purchase information down below, and you can stay connected when you're traveling. It's seriously so handy on this trip. So big thank you to JETFI. Check them out down below. And if you would like to become a patron, you can also hit the link down in the description. You'll get access to our monthly blooper reels as well as some personally curated food maps. It's all down in the description box. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.